Senator Urquhart. Senator Urquhart.
Thank you, Mr. President. I rise tonight to pay tribute to one of our colleagues, Senator Trish Crossin. If you Google the word Trish Crossin and go to Wikipedia, this is just a section of what you get. It starts off saying, Patricia Margaret Trish Crossin, Australian politician, has been a member of the Australian Senate for the Northern Territory since June 1998, representing the Australian Labor Party. Crossin was born in Melbourne and was educated at Deakin University, where she graduated in education. She was a teacher before entering politics. She was Northern Territory Industrial Officer of the National Tertiary Education Union 1996 to 1998. Crossin was Deputy Opposition Whip in the Senate 2001-2004. Crossin is married to Mark Crossin and has 4 children. This is a very brief, impersonal snapshot of Trish's political life, but as many of us know, it does not even give us a glimpse into what Trish is to many people. Some of the omissions in the Wikipedia story is that Trish chaired the Legal and Constitutional Affairs Committee. Omitted is the many hours that she spent here in this chamber during the debates affecting Indigenous Australians and her consultations with Indigenous Territorians. She led these debates with compassion, but also with unsurpassed knowledge of the wide range of issues affecting Indigenous Australians. I personally have not known Trish for a long time, but feel as though I've known her for a lifetime because of the many stories that Amanda Diprose, who works with me, has shared with me. These stories are from a time that Amanda spent sharing some of her life with Trish and her family in the Northern Territory. One memorable story was a time when Amanda was working at Heng Yang Company as a sewing machinist in the Trade Development Zone in the Northern Territory, and Trish was an organiser with the Miscellaneous Workers Union. The business had Chinese owners who brought Chinese workers who could speak little, if any, English to Australia to work in their factory. These workers were brought to Australia on 2-year contracts and had their passports confiscated when they arrived. Heng Yang purchased a block of flats to house all the workers and provided them with bags of rice and a few other necessities. They worked around the clock. The company had a bus to take the Chinese workers to and from the factory. They could hardly ever close the doors because some of the workers would have to sit on the bus's steps. At the factory, the company provided boxes to sit on. Apparently you had to bring your own cushion because the only chairs were the ones that were in the office. Trish and Amanda arranged to meet the Chinese workers at a church in the middle of the night. They were handed a piece of paper from those workers which contained their work contract, which was given to them prior to them coming to Australia, and it was written in Chinese. So Trish and Amanda obviously had to get it translated, and it identified horrendous working conditions, and a couple of those included not to become pregnant within the first 2 years, not to participate or be involved with any political organisations, and so the details went on. But through Trish's involvement, the workers received chairs, they got the chemicals stored correctly, they got guarding around the belts, and they had the piles of jeans removed that had actually blocked all the fire exits, and that was amongst many other things that were improved. I know that there are many other examples, thousands possibly, of areas that Trish has made a difference to the lives of people she has represented over many years, and this is just one. Since my time in this place, I have shared the same hallway as Trish, but more importantly, I believe I have shared a lot more. I have shared laughter, anger, comradeship, stories and experiences. I've gained so much in my short time here from Trish. I could go on, but I'm sure that everyone knows what I mean. So it is with a great deal of sadness that the days of sharing that hallway are drawing to a close. I know that we will keep in touch, and I know that Trish will continue with great work wherever her path takes her. I, along with Amanda, wish her all the best in the world for whatever her future holds.